Well, good morning, everybody, and good afternoon. It's morning for our partners in California, and really early morning for a couple of our new partners in Hawaii, which I'll tell you about in a second, and afternoon for everybody in Europe. It's Tom from Came to Believe Recovery on my one of several streams today, talking about our virtual retreat. Getting so excited. We had 4 or 5 more registrations since yesterday. And we're going to continue to take registrations right up until it starts. I'm going to post the link to the registration now in our comment section. You can go to cametobelieverecovery.org also and go under events, retreats, and you can register there. One day, guys, it's one more day until we start that journey down 3 days to freedom. And if you're in brokenness and hurting from addiction of any kind, or a family member of them, and just want to learn more about it and find out what transforms lives of those that go through this, and how do you get this key and set of tools, come spend the weekend. It's not the whole weekend, guys. It's 3 hours tomorrow, about 6 hours Saturday, and about 3 hours on Sunday. Plenty of time to do the other stuff that you need to do. But boy, oh boy, what a message. So it starts tomorrow. I want to tell you a story. Last night I was sitting, it was like 9 or 9:30 last night here on the East Coast, and my phone is ringing and it says Hilo, Hawaii. So, I'm thinking, who is this? And this is just some spam. I don't know anybody on Hilo, Hawaii. And, I normally would just let these go to voicemail. And then if they leave a message, I'll call them back. But something told me, I'll answer this. So I answered it, and it was a woman who, and her husband, it was a woman talking about her and her husband who wanted to sign up for the virtual retreat. They are friends with somebody, one of our leaders in California. Anyway, it was a wonderful call to take, of course. I know what prompted me to do that. My higher power and new manager, he sometimes touches me and says, just pick that one up. Anyway, I spoke with her for a while about Hawaii and what's going on out there. And of course, even in paradise, there's lots of sickness, hurting, and addiction. And we talked about the time zone stuff because it's really not optimized for Hawaii, but she's going to make it work. So we have a couple of people from Hawaii. And I was just speaking with somebody from our leadership team who said there's somebody from Berlin, Germany. So, guys, this is what's so exciting about this retreat is the cultural differences and the people from all over the world that come. So we have people from Ireland. We have people from the UK. Now, I guess somebody from Germany, people from all across the United States, including Hawaii. It's so exciting. I just can't wait. And this would never happen at one of our on-ground retreats, that we would have such a diverse group of people showing up to hear the message. Really, really exciting. So if this has got you interested, come and hear the message. We're excited to be giving it. Our leaders are all ready. We've been prepping for this message, and it comes from our hearts and our spirits. We know that you can have freedom. And I want to read something out of the big book. And this really inspired me at the beginning when I was reading this, because I was told to read the big book, pages 1 through 164. It was the first thing I was told to do, not 690 and 90, not meeting makers make it. I was never told any of that. I was told, here's the book, the solution's in it. Start reading, and we're going to get to work. Hi, Jamie. You're on. You're the only one on. At least you're the only one posting. Anyway, I wanted to acknowledge you. Excuse me. I came to us as I was reading this. I came to a section in the book where, and I read this paragraph. And let me tell you, think about this paragraph, and think about if this all was true and this defined your life, how would that be? Just think about this, right? So it says this. It's from page 83 and 84 of the 4th edition of the big book. It says, if you're painstaking about this phase of our development, and just for those that don't know, this is at the 9th step of the program. So that's that phase. We will be amazed before we're halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity, and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. And then it goes on to say, are these extravagant promises? And when I teach this, I say, you know what, guys, for people that life, excuse me, is not defined by this and people in brokenness, these kind of things are extravagant promises. I mean, to me, this is something I didn't think I could have a life defined this way. So in some cases, yes, they're extravagant, but they're not extravagant in this context, in the context of they're accessible to us, to anyone. They're not outrageous, in other words. We think not, it says. They're being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if you work for them, So we give you some tools. We set you on a path, guys. And this stuff, these promises start to come true at some level. And it really energizes recovery. And it's why they called themselves Recovered. And it's why we do. When you finish this program and you're beginning to live this new cleaned out life, this new clean slate, you start on that Monday morning and you live from a whole different perspective, and your whole motivations are different. And then we're growing. Hey, Brad. See Brad there. What is the big book? Jamie, that's great. You're prompting me to tell people that have no idea what that is. The big book is what is referred to of the book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's referred to as the big book. I mean, it's kind of a big book. My friend wrote a book. It's the fat book, which is kind of a play on words. But this big book is where the program is contained. It's what was written. It's where the solution is. And it's what I was reading from the 4th edition. But that part's in all of them. So one day, guys, more for the retreat. Go to that cametobelieverecovery.org event, virtual retreat. I'm going to share the link one more time. Oh, Matt joined. Now I don't feel like leaving the production, right? Matt's with me now. Maybe I can get a couple of you guys to come on later today when I do this again. You reach out to me in an email and we'll get you on. I am going to be joined later this afternoon by one of our leaders from the UK. Is going to come on and talk about her experience when she came to a virtual retreat very early in her recovery, and how what has happened to her as time has gone on, and how she's become very involved with us. And we were speaking this morning about what both of us, learned, what we were amazed by with this virtual thing, of which none of us knew what it was going to be like. But lives are saved. Freedom is achieved all around the world. It's great. All right, guys, I'll be back. Have a great rest of your day. It's lunchtime here on the East Coast. You're probably just going to work in California, and maybe you're just getting off work if you're in the UK, or even further east in Europe. Anyway, whatever you're doing today, have a great rest of your day, and we'll be back in a few hours. I'm going to do another one of these just pretty much every few hours until we launch off into the retreat. So have a great day, guys. Peace.